Here is the finished product, a decoupaged wooden heart. I started with a basic wood heart, which I purchased from Amazon. I painted it white. I got my 3-ply napkin and separated the pieces so that I have just that 1 ply that I want to use. I will Mod Podge the heart, apply the napkin, and then burn off the edges. So here's a quick video. Okay, I have decoupaged my little wood heart. I cut around the edges. Let's just see what happens now. If I can get this in. That was my first try. Let's see how we can do it, the whole thing from beginning to end. So here's the longer version. I've already painted my wood heart. Now I'm going to decoupage, which means I'm adding the Mod Podge glue to the surface of my wood heart, making sure that I get all the edges. Because if you don't get the edges and you get your napkin on there and then you burn it, it's going to burn into the decoupaged napkin part that you don't want. You just want it to burn to the edge. So the way to make sure that that happens is make sure your Mod Podge is right on all the edges of your object, whatever you're going to decoupage. One thing I do is I lean it towards the light so I can see if I've covered all the areas or not. Now I'm going to take my napkin, which I've already separated the 3 portions off the napkin. I'm going to cut the part of the design that I want to put onto my wooden heart, which obviously is going to be bigger than the wooden heart itself. I placed it on. Sorry, the camera's not on it at this point, but I just started from the center and I pressed it out from the center to the edges and smoothed it out. Because it's a very small object, it's easy to smooth it out without getting wrinkles. Although I kind of like wrinkles in some of the artwork that I do. Then I just trim it down a bit. We don't want to have a big huge flame here. Also, since we're going to be burning off the edges indoors, I'm actually in my art room, so. Alright, so I'm going to get my Bic lighter. The flame is lit, and I just catch the edge of it and let it burn around. I find that I can kind of encourage the flame by moving the object around so that the flame continues on. No loss, I just relight it and do it again. See how I move it around just so the flame continues? And that's it. Now I have all these ashes on the edge. So I'm going to get my brush, dry brush, and I'm going to brush off all the little burned ashes. They come off rather easily. Just sort of brush it around the edge. But what I find is the napkin has actually wrapped right around to the edge of the heart in this case. That didn't happen the first time I tried it, but it could be that I just got more Mod Podge around the edges of the heart, so it stuck. There's the ashes. For me, this burning the edge of the decoupage object was kind of fun. What I used to do is I would just decoupage it on, let it dry, and maybe the next day take my little finger sander and go around the edges and get all the excess paper off, which was a relatively easy task to do. But what I've noticed is there is a nice smooth binding around the edge. So even just as a matter of doing something different or having a bit of fun doing something different, I may just decide to do this burning technique. Thanks for watching. And if you feel inclined, you can always subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. Maybe leave a comment and tell me what you think of this video, because I am trying to, or I'm going to try to do it more consistently and share different ways to discover how creative you can be.